Hello and welcome back to the Rambonian Monarchy. Oh, it's just amazing. Last time we continued to work on the outer wall, and we had what could be phrased as a really, really bad fire that kind of burnt most of our stuff. We do need to start making wood as obsolete as possible, but we're working on fixing that up. There was a blight, so terrible things happened. Also, in the meantime, we do have this new tab, which is a more furniture mod. So we have a bunch of random different sorts of furniture that we can use, like tiny little tables instead of this. We can just get rid of that, and we can put up a little table just in the corner, and we can move this chair, hopefully. Yeah, we can just uninstall it. And we'll move it over there, and we'll have a tiny little table for mission. It'll be perfect. And I don't actually know what else is in here. Oh, we have some plant pots, plant spots, dressers, file cabinets, an end table with a light, cushioned chairs, some couches. Oh, this is great. We now have a bunch more furniture is what I'm trying to say. We have a ton of stuff that we can throw into these people's rooms. But for now, the main thing that we need to get working is this set back up. Oh yeah, and we're also working on the airlock system here. So we should probably put a cooler right in this area. That is the wrong direction, and that should not be a thing. We need to put it like that. And once this airlock system is in place, this should never again go above 0 degrees Celsius, which currently it is kind of doing that. Okay, Frankie, you're working on construction. Cherie, can you work on some construction as well, or does she not do that? She does do that. So I think we'll set construction to 2 right now. Cherie will just finish up that last stone brick, and then we'll get her to start working on building up all of the things that were terribly and utterly destroyed in the course of that last fire. Now, what was actually in this room? Right. It was a research bench, so we need to put the research bench in there. Get a bit more light up in these places. And actually, things should be back to normal at that point. Okay. So how much do we actually have in stock? We have a ton of bricks in stock. So hopefully we can get this defensive wall done soon enough. And we shouldn't have to worry about too many raids. At that point, we'll also start, switching from wood to stone walls everywhere, because when everything lights on fire, it does kind of help to have stone instead of a bunch of wood. Just saying. So they'll start working on the wall, I guess. I mean, guys, that's really not actually the most important thing to be working on right now. I would like this area to be fixed back up, especially, like, the kitchen and such. That's kind of important. And we are also still trying to find an animal that can do hauling work. So far, we have no animals that are intelligent enough to haul stuff. But something like a timber wolf, that'd be the perfect animal to find. Oh, hey, look, it's Bob. Bob is dead. Oh, good times with Bob. Such good times with Bob. You remember when he fell in the wilderness and then suddenly died? Oh, those are such good times. Yo, look at all this fertile field. We may need to expand our colony out to there. Right now, our colony is just basically this little square here, which is a pretty good space. We have some good fertile fields, but we could potentially use a lot more fertile fields. Okay, so we still have a lot of brick after having built all those walls. So if we can put in limestone, we have, is that 115? Yes, we do. So we can set it up probably just to 100, because I think there's some limestone construction in here. And then we'll get, what is this, granite? Yeah, that's granite. And we can probably get the granite to just finish it up. Oh, yeah. And that should finish the, what is that, eastern wall? That'll be perfect. We almost have an actual legitimate castle at this point, which is kind of the goal, because we are a feudal society, which focuses on, knights, kings, queens, all that kind of stuff. So building up some form of actual castle is important to the integrity of our society. I think a bit, maybe. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know if our society currently has integrity, but so it goes, so it goes. So we got marble blocks. Oh, we need 25 for that. We cannot build a marble door. It's gonna have to be limestone. And apparently we got a pirate merchant coming by. Hey guys, how's it going, Mr. Vlad? Vlad, you don't impale people, do you? I'm gonna guess that Vlad does not impale anyone. Just gonna hope that that's a thing. Can these foxes carry stuff? I don't even know. Should we buy one? I mean, we don't actually have all that much money, so it's probably not a good idea to buy things. Cherie, you want to go talk with Vlad and see if he can't sell some stuff? Like, we have a ton of smoke joints here, and that is what we're looking to sell. Okay, what do we got? There's some foxes, of course. We should probably sell our alpaca, because it's not going to be terribly useful to us. And we just got tons of smoke leaf, so you can just have all that smoke leaf. Is there anything we want here? There's some components. I mean, right now we're not at risk of running out of components. Later on, we'll want to buy as many as we can, but these are expensive, I think. Oh, and we can only sell them? No. No, they don't even... Oh, wait. There's the purchase stuff. There's only one, and it's super expensive. I ain't having none of that. Okay, I guess that's just going to be our little system there. We'll sell off a bunch of stuff, sell them our alpaca, and just get in exchange a bunch of money that we can possibly use on different things in the future. Maybe we can purchase some assault rifles. That'd be amazing. Or a dog, because, you know, dogs are kind of one of those intelligent creatures. It's just a small thing. So currently I'm just looking for what animals we have around, because any animal smart enough to actually do hauling, basically they at random intervals will go and just haul items off the ground into storage, which means that our actual civilians who are useful won't actually have to do that, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, nothing appears to be terribly intelligent in the surrounding area, except for that ostrich. But I feel like ostriches aren't actually smart enough to be able to haul stuff, so that's not quite the level of intelligence we're looking for. Okay. Man, our colony is actually coming along quite well, isn't it? I mean, we barely have any food. We really need to get the cooker back up and running so that possibly we can start, you know, processing some food. But, you know, for now, it's actually pretty decent. As soon as we get the cooker back up and running, that should be ideal. Frankie, please prioritize the construction of the electric stove. I very much appreciate that. It's kind of maybe the most important thing in the colony. Frankie's gonna do his thing. Now, this giant wall will sort of slow down some work in that it's going to make it so that everyone has to leave here and go out and around to get into a place. It's totally worth it because it increases defenses so much. Like, this is more useful than having 7 or 8 defensive turrets, is having a defensive wall that actually works decently. That's where it's at. And not building that defensive wall out of wood is also like the best thing ever, because I don't really like it when our defensive walls burn down. I've heard that that's not a good thing. So what's actually going on here? Okay, he's just hauling a bunch of stuff. That's perfect. And hopefully he'll finish up that cooker soon enough and Rambo can get on cooking. I believe she can do that. Why, yes, in fact, Rambo can, in fact, cook. So Rambo will be doing the cooking job while everyone else continues to work, laboring away at the wall and rebuilding the colony after that last fire. And I feel like that is definitely in the grain of being a queen. That is a perfect thing for her to do. She does the least physically intensive work in the colony, which is perfect. We'll get simple meals, do forever. Rambo should get working on that. Frankie is just eating some potatoes and is officially food poisoned by ground potatoes. Good job, Frankie. You ate ground potatoes. Now you're food poisoned. Should have thought about that one. Igor, can you go to construction instead? Rambo is going to do the cooking. Thank you very much. Okay, we still don't have Mission in the group. We can't sell him because if we sell Mission, people will be so sad about having sold Mission. Despite the fact that clearly nobody cares about Mission. I mean, does anyone even know who he is as a human being? No, not a single person in the colony even cares. Oh, now Mission's trying to kill the raccoon. Don't kill... He killed the raccoon in his room. Frankie, put Mission down right now. I mean, don't actually kill him if you can prevent it. Just like, I don't know, stab him a couple times and put him back in his prison cell. It'll be fine. I know that technically he's not actually being like a good prisoner or anything, but not every terrible prisoner needs to be absolutely killed, so I think this will be fine. Yeah, if you could go... Oh, Mission is reserved by Igor. That's perfect. So Igor is going to put him back in his room, and hopefully there are some people that can talk and do a bit of trading here. So maybe they have something useful. Doesn't look like they have any animals, but maybe, just maybe, they have something like, I don't know, an assault rifle. Do you have an assault rifle, guys? Because we would really appreciate that. I like guns so much, and the more guns that we have in the colony, the better off we're going to be. No, there is no assault rifles. There's really nothing of use at all. I appreciate that. We'll buy actually some food because we kind of need it. But outside of that, they don't have anything useful at all. Okay, so this is getting set up again, as per always. Very good job, guys. The defensive walls are quite important. And it appears that Mission is being dealt with. Somebody needs to do some cleaning around here, because it is pretty bad. Igor, you're going to actually prioritize cleaning once you deal with Mission. And then we'll have, once the entire place is cleaned up, we'll switch out back to the standard setup for Igor. But right now, it is quite important that things get cleaned so that everyone doesn't have a complete mental breakdown over the fact that there's basically vomit all across the colony. There's some there, and there's a little bit in Mission's room. There's probably Mission's vomit. Just saying. So yeah, once that gets cleaned up, we should be well on our way to a nice, happy, and stable colony. Now, that's more of like, you know, a pipe dream, but we'll work on it. We'll work on it. At some point, I'm pretty sure everyone should be happy. Oh, you guys just decided to come in and use our table? You thought that was a good thing that you could do? Yeah? Get out of here. Get out of here. You have visitors. Nobody cares about you. Jeez, using our table. Our table is for colonist use only. Ugh. I don't even know about those people. Some visitors are just the worst. Okay, looks like Frankie's heading back out to the granite wall. He'll get that all set up. Man, it's really just a bunch of construction right now, isn't it? And, of course, Igor trying to clean the colony, despite the fact that there's blood just being tracked everywhere by people who have been stabbed mostly by spears. Actually, most of the blood in the colony was, in fact, Mission's at one point. As you can see, all of the blood here is with 100% certainty Mission's. All of the blood here was Mission's prior to, you know, Igor doing a good job cleaning it up, as Igor is, in fact, a servant, despite also being, you know, a king. King? King. Yes, Igor is the king. Man, that hair really puts me off. It really looks from the front like a bun, like a woman's bun hairstyle. But it is clearly not. It's like a pigtail that's been kind of like pushed up a little bit. I can never tell that Igor is actually a man, which is kind of terrible because, you know, Igor is the king and should probably be treated with more respect than being constantly considered to be a woman. But, you know, it's a thing. group of chickens joined. What? Where are these chickens? Oh, that is a lot of chickens. Oh, that is a lot of chickens. Okay, well, I guess they'll get to have some sleeping spots just generically in the colony. We'll put it... Where are the sleeping spots? That's under misc? No, it's under furniture. That's right. They'll have some sleeping spots up here, and they should be fine with it. If they're not fine with it, well, you know what? Get over it. Because that is what's going to happen. Cherie is sad? Cherie, why are you so sad? What is the problem here? You're still wearing a dead man's tribal wear? Didn't we actually make some tribal wear at some point? I thought that we did that, and it wasn't a dead person's tribal wear. We're going to have her switch her tribal wear and see if that works. Hopefully it does, because, you know, it's kind of a thing. And then, okay, this chair needs to be installed right in front of this little table, which is officially the prisoner's little eating table. Which, with any hope, you should definitely go and eat at that table. If you don't, I'm watching you, Mission. I'm watching you. Anyway, the colony is actually coming along quite well at this point. We've repaired basically all of the damage that was done. Replaced what walls were destroyed with stone walls in the process of the colony of the Rambonian Knights making wood the least useful ever building material that one has seen, which is hopefully going to be a thing at some point soon. Oh man, Igor's really cleaned up the place too. It actually looks quite nice when it's cleaned. Huh. That's a thing. I was not aware that the colony would actually look half decent at this such a early hour, but apparently that is what is going on. Frankie, what are you doing right now? Oh, he's building the cooler for the airlock system. That is perfect. That will mean that never again will a meal ever actually rot away, assuming that, you know, the meal's actually taken into the cooler. That is a small thing. Apparently there was a bunch of steel over here that was forbidden. I don't know where that came from, but I will take as much steel as the game wants to give to me, so I am not complaining at all. And with that, that is... Oh, look, all of our chickens. How many chickens do we actually have? It appears that we have... Oh, we may have more chickens than we have sleeping spots. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. I think we made just enough sleeping spots. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chickens. Marriage is on. Cherie and Frankie... Oh my word, they're gonna have a marriage. Oh, that's great. Oh, so early in the colony, we're having things like marriages, and we're having, like, chickens show up. I don't know if that's actually a good thing for the colony. It's kind of hard to tell, but we'll work on it. Where are we gonna have a marriage spot, then? I think we'll have it, I don't know, we'll have it out here. Right up against the wall, and we'll set up just some furniture here, some stools for people to sit on. Is there anything good in this more furniture? Not really for this situation. We'll just set up a few stools, and that should be fine. I mean, this is way more stools than we have colonists, but that's okay. And in terms of floors, we'll put down a bit of a, like, paved tile floor. That should be fine. And they'll go right up to the spot. That is perfect. We're going to have a marriage. Frankie and Cherie are going to be the best. We're going to put them in the same room, which we should do soon enough. But for now, that will bring us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we will finish up the defensive wall, almost certainly. And we'll build the last section down here. And after the defensive wall is finished, at that point we can start working on the internals of the colony, which are currently somewhat lacking, but we'll get there soon enough. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching, and of course, as always, enjoy the rest of your day.